the 6th season of Supergirl is here, which finally marks the end of the Supergirl series on DVD. So right now, finally, you can get all 6 seasons, the entire series of Supergirl, officially all on DVD and some on Blu-ray. I honestly still can't believe the show's actually done. Like, I honestly thought the Arrowverse shows were going to continue much longer on once Arrow ended back a couple of years ago. I thought Supergirl would at least run for another couple of years. It seemed like 8 was going to be a pretty good exit point for majority of these new DC TV shows. But no, they ended by season 6. It's all over, and now everything is done. The entire series is done. I'm honestly very surprised, because when I started Supergirl back in, well, I think it was the year after season 1 ended, so before season, I want to say 2 came out. Yeah, that's about right, before the move to the CBS. I honestly thought that Supergirl was going to stay on for much longer. It definitely was not the critical success that Arrow and The Flash was. I don't think there was ever a definitive season that everyone can agree on that, oh my god, this was the best season, the most amazing season yet. I don't think you ever got that with any of the seasons. I think the closest would be the 3rd season, I think, plus it also has the best cover out of all 6 of them. I was very surprised that we just never got it. I always thought that, oh, the next season's going to be the best one, and it never did. I think by the time season 4 kind of came and went, it was kind of, for me, it's like, no offense to the cast, no offense to the writing of the show, it never intrigued me enough to, like, really have, like, an eventful season. I think 3 was the only one that, like, I really sunk my teeth really into, because the villain and the story and the characters, where they were going through in that season, I think that was the point where you had the most engagement in the story. Where the first season, it was CBS, they were just trying to make it look pretty. I didn't really get enamored with the villain. Season 2 was the first one where they had to move to the CW, so you had a lot on your plate with the move, and also, like, now that you're around other superhero shows, now you could be like, oh, The Flash is right here, Arrow's right here, Legends is right here, like, you could start playing with those corners. But I think it was only season 3 that was able to, like, really hone its own, and then you get to season 4, which it falls under the season 4 trope of trying to do something different, something unique. But at the end of the day, after the 6th season run came and went, I really could not say which is the best, like, a definitive amazing season. I think season 3 just is the best of all of them. But just speaking of the DVDs alone, you can get all of them right now online. There is a complete series box set that has all 6 seasons on Blu-ray and DVD, I want to say. I believe there's a DVD version. I'm not entirely 100% certain of that, but I know there's a Blu-ray version out there. For some weird reason, for the season 6 covers, Kara did not have bangs in majority of season 6. She kind of just went back to the original style, so they combined the seasons 1 through 4 look with the season 5 suit and called it a day. But in the promotion, they just kept her with the bangs, and even though, like, by the time you get into, like, the proper season 6, not the season 5 offshoots they had, they just kept it going, which is pretty weird. Also, season 6 is the only season where you had, like, kind of like this team poster, where in the other 5 you get just the individual solo shots of Supergirl. Also, yeah, season 3 is still the best cover. Season 2 rivals it by a long shot. But I will also praise the consistency, because we're only talking about the DVDs. I will also praise the consistency throughout the text font spacing and everything. Seasons 1, 2 to 6 had very consistent font styles. I know season 1, I'm going to give it a pass because technically CBS's direct home media company handled that, so I know it was a little bit different. I understand that, but still. But I also will give it credit. It does keep the same the DVD box size. I know Arrow kept it the same. I know The Flash does not do the same thing with that one, which is very unfortunate to say. But I am very happy that Supergirl stayed consistent. I will be a little bit of an iffy sore spot, is that in terms of the color scheme, seasons 1 through 5 had the red scheme going throughout the whole run, and then season 6 kind of went to blue. I guess it was just to symbolize it was just coming to a close, really. But unlike, like, other shows where, like, in this case, like, you could get away with, like, them using different shades of red for Supergirl's red, they didn't. It was just a weird turn dark blue one for the last season. Even on the top logos, you get seasons 1 through 3 with red, season 4 with another blue, and then season 5 back to red, and then season 6 with the dark blue. Again, like, I guess they were just really anxious to just get the whole show done, because let's be honest, when a show's done and you're trying to get it out quick and, you know, spiffy, you really don't, like, let's just get it out there, let's get it done for the fan base and call it close. I'm again, I'm not going to fault it too much. Like, the text font's still the same, the line spacing's still the same, the consistency and the poster quality is somewhat the same. So I'm not really going to complain about it too much. I think this is the most consistent DVD set you're going to get for all 6 of them. And again, when I do say all seasons on DVD, I do mean, here's the thing. I do mean you're seeing all 6 on DVD. I remember when I did the Arrow run, I will admit I only focused a lot on the 8th season and not really much on the seasons 1 through 7. But that was just a different time and tale for me. I will admit I did make a mistake on that. I should have done that video a bit differently. But you know what? How about this? I'm gonna give you a little bit. Here's the ranking, the definitive Joe ranking of all the seasons covers. So we're gonna start off with number 1. Season 1, I'm going to be honest with you, it looks really fake. It really does. I mean, I'm sorry, I know it's a TV show with a superhero. I'm going to, like, CBS has to be held to a higher quality. This definitely has a CBS feel to it with the poster, so I'm not going to give it too much slack on it. So right now I'm going to say it's my least favorite of the 6, which is ironically similar to the rankings. Season 2, dynamic. It is a bit cheesy, though. I could definitely tell some of the Photoshop elements there. It's not a perfect job, but hey, you know what? Better than season 1. Let's rank it above there, number 5. Season 3 is the best one of all, in my opinion. Even the ulterior poster, which was the launch poster, I think the shading was right. I think the lighting was right. I think just the poses were pretty much cooler, so I'm gonna give this to the number 1 slot. Season 4 definitely was trying to feel like this, like, moody, different feel. It was trying to be even more super heroic, but it never did it for me. It never did. It's not a bad poster per se, so I'm going to give this the number 2 slot. Season 5, which is Kara's new suit, the new hairstyle. It's pretty badass and awesome, but the lighting just doesn't feel 100% right, in my opinion. It feels a little bit off. I think if they had reused the Season 5, the ulterior poster for the shot, I think it would have been a little bit better. So it's not perfect, so I'm going to give this the number 3 spot. And finally, the last season, which is, like, they gave up. They just did the whole team poster to emphasize this is the end, this is the last one, this is the entire team coming together for the last run. I like that. I always like team posters when they do a run. I don't think they did a correct job with the Photoshop or the poster sizing. So I'm gonna say this is the number 4 for me. So yeah, there you go. I focused on all of them, so you can't really be mad about it. Normally on my show, What's on the Tube on Action X, I would talk about it more deeply, but I guess on this run, Supergirl is not the best Arrowverse show on the DC TV network. There are way superior shows, but I think just across the bar, it never went bad at any point. It was always good at the end of the day. You would never get bored by it, let's say. I'm always surprised at what new directions, new stories they would go in, and they definitely made a lot of missteps along the way. It's unavoidable. It really is. But, you know, at the end of the day, it was still a very fun show. I'm pretty sure the cast had a lot of fun making this show for 6 years. I'm pretty sure we had the groans, we had the complaints, the cast probably had the same too, but it was time to move on. The star, Melissa Bonet, had a kid in between the last 2 seasons, so it was time for her, I believe, just to move on to the next chapter of her life, to, you know, not just becoming a mother, but also figuring out, like, what is there more to do that is not just playing a superhero. And I do believe we will see Supergirl again on TV in the future, played by Melissa Bonet. I know next year we're going to get a brand new actress playing the character in the Flash movie. Well, the titular character, not another Kara Danvers from what I'm aware of. But that would be very interesting to see. I can't wait to see where that goes. But for Supergirl, I can't offer the same praise like I did for Arrow. Arrow did so much for the market. It did so much for the shared universe building for TV. It did so much of the heavy lifting. Supergirl kind of was just, I think, the very first example of, like, here's a superhero, here's the premise, in the Arrowverse, and that's it. It feels more along the lines with Batwoman, where that's kind of like they take this character, they throw it into the Arrowverse, and you have the Arrowverse feelings, but also trying to do its own thing. That's kind of how I view it a little bit. Even a little bit with Naomi nowadays. A little bit of Black Lightning at times. You know, it was kind of unavoidable. But hell, at the end of the day, Supergirl was a fun series. It really was. And, you know, maybe someday I will rewatch them down the line. Maybe get a fresh perspective. But until then, I think it was a fun ride for now. And, you know, thank you for the cast and crew of Supergirl for making the show. I can't wait to see what everyone does next. But yeah. That's going to do it for me today, everyone. You can buy all 6 seasons of Supergirl on DVD right now, online. Maybe check your local retailers if they still have. The 6th season is out right now. You can get it at Target for $23. A little bit steep. I will admit, it's always my rule that I always end it off with like just getting the last one. And I don't care how much it costs. I really don't. I just want to get it done. But yeah, the previous 5 seasons, go find them on Amazon or eBay or maybe even some local home media shops. See what you can scrounge up. There is the complete series box set out right now. So if you just want a here's everything at once, go check it out. And yeah, there you go. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the Collection Company if you have not yet. Please also like, favorite, share this showcase of Supergirl if you want to as well. Please also follow us on social media. And please, as well, stay safe out there. Be good to each other. We'll see you in the next video. But until then, peace out.